Like, while he works on this, you get the completed mech over on the Dark Seer. And now you have, in fact, bottom lane. Blink in over an Admiral Bulldog. There's no Scorcher up, but that Disruptor ulti will buy the space to go for the Doom. Can they get the trade-off with Laguna Blade and Admiral Bulldog? He gets one last War Stomp. Illidan will tick low, but he probably won't die from this Doom. FNG's going to be glimpsed back into Nuts, and Arcade has to Nightmare him. FNG's ready to find. Charge back off cooldown, but the wall is up, so they'll be controlled. S4 running in with that ulti, but can he get in range to really do anything? Light Striker able to control him, so will the Dragon Tail. Not the best coupling of abilities, and S4 will stick charged up and loader into the fight with a Rocket Barrage and Flat Cannon. Huge amounts of damage how the Flat Cannon comes back off cooldown. They take out 3, and they'll take out a 4th. A triple kill for Loader. Nuts extending that fight and finding more of the kills. And they can find an opening. As if Arcade comes close to him, looks like top lane God. Well, Doom's at it again, this time with the help of Nuts and S4. And they beat down the Razor. Alliance find another kill, and this charge now comes in from FNG. They don't have Brewmaster split. In fact, with that Slave, Nuts takes terrible damage. And Admiral Bulldog just has to walk away.
Just immediately take out
Loader. He's in the worst position here of all of Alliance. Maybe now he can be initiated on. Illidan, there's the Laguna Blade. Loader can't be protected. Walk back through the lane. It's a good clap from S4, but he needs to get this split off in time. The Nightmare buys him the space to do so. Then the split, but no! He's brought down. Alliance, they've lost 2 huge cores, and VP with a creep wave here, they're going to inflict some good damage into the tier 3 tower. What a pick-off time.
FNG has been amazing on this Spirit Breaker, from the positioning of his charges to the instant charges on the Brewmaster. That time he blinked and clapped, wanted to go for a split. Nope, FNG just charged him up. It was crazy.
And they might find another. Into Arcade with the Breathe Fire, but it's going to be FNG to find this kill. 3 heroes down for Alliance. They could take out the range racks pretty easily here, Virtus Pro. Getting more than that, maybe not. They've got Gyro as well as Brewmaster up in 5 seconds time. And that's with their ulti still intact. So VP will back up 21 minutes in. And Alliance, they're here for the chase. Scorcher is off cooldown for Admiral Bulldog, and FNG charges in. He already gets a kill on the Disruptor. The fact into a big Light Strike array. Alliance, they may lose everything here. The damage from Loader, he's doing terrible damage to God as well. It's a triple kill for Loader, an ultra kill. Lil will shut him down, as well as putting Bulldog in the grave. The Laguna Blade and Slave saving VP from being completely team wiped. They pass their tier 1 tower in the mid lane, and Roshan, he's ticking down low, under 2,000 now, and it looks like Alliance will be able to finish the job. So they'll have the Aegis Immortal before this fight. It goes into the hands of the Doombringer, and the back wall catching out Nuts as well as Arcade. The 2 supports from Alliance instantly gone to Phobos, but Loader turns on his damage, and now they win the split as well. They've got the control factor. Phobos runs himself away, but S4 will take him out of this fight. Illidan also doomed up. We just split into 3 different parts. God as well as Phobos almost surviving. In fact, Phobos now stunned up by S4. So they'll find that kill. The TP from FNG, however, successful, did it inside the pit, so it ends up being a 2-for-2 trade-off. As now Illidan into Dragon form, looks up to S4, gets a stun, they'll charge into. The Doom's already on the BK beat up Illidan. S4, the fact, it doesn't work combining up with the Laguna Blade. Nuts, he can't get the ulti off, but Loader turns on the flank cannon. Damage is still not really enough, but they'll drag Lil back in, so there'll be at least a 1-for-1 trade-off here. Actually, it's ending going to be a 2, as that DK also dropping down. Loader's having all that damage on, over 220. But God can't stay in close enough as Alliance back underneath their tier 4 towers. And VP a man down. And it looks like the answer is fight. With the Hellbear watching Roshan, maybe not the greatest choice. Illidan jumps in, goes on S4, Phobos back into a big wall. Catching up 3, can they get the split up? S4, yeah he can. They only lost the Disruptor in the feed strip. It keeps God in position. Loader just keeps that damage pumping out, but will it really be enough? As they split the fight up, Admiral Bulldog's just playing around with the leader on the back lines, but it's Loader killing up the Spirit Breaker. The doomed up God now no longer doomed. And Illidan, he's got that life. Can he find it? Loader, he can't see him. The Glimmercade buys him that space. God's about to die to S4. He beats him down with 1 last attack. 3 down for Virtus Pro. Lil is still on the run, but S4, Laguna Blade of the Slave, combining up with a back mix so he cannot blink or get away. So it will be a 2-for-3 trade-off as Lil is capable of TPing out under the cover of the Fog of War. Now leveling the board up at 18 apiece, 35 minutes in.
That was a good Doom on the Razor. It was before he got his static link off, and S4's been in this position where, okay, if VP go on them, they can't really finish off the fight from there. Bane used all his defensive abilities on the Brewmaster. He got a split off, and from there you can tell that the fight is going to go worse and worse for VP.
And what a big thing as well for Alliance. Not only do they take that fight, but it's the timing they take the fight. the fact that now Alliance can just walk in, they can grab the Aegis, the Immortals, their second life is available, and VP, what have they really got left? FNG and Phobos? They're coming in. Phobos, he doesn't really have a lot of mana in the Nightmare. A key Spirit Breaker up. This will allow Alliance to finish the job. They don't have Doom available with the homing missile coming forward. The fact he puts two of them on the wall. Admiral Bulldog as well as Loader can't get back down again. RK and Nuts have to hang around. Even the Hellbear's up there with them. Alliance playing with pets on a hill. And what can they do? The TP scrolls are flying out in the courier at the moment, but the charge comes in from FNG. Nuts, where's that control? He's actually going to get charged down. The Glimmer Cape can't buy him enough space, not while Lil still holding onto that gem. And Arcade also on the run out of here. Loader finally TPing out, so is Admiral Bulldog. There's no secondary interruption, so they do not get kept up on that hillside. But wow. Alliance losing both of their supports after taking up the Aegis Immortal. Great play there by VP to get something in return.
Yeah, Phobos with a miracle play there and isolating two of the supports. Now they can actually burst down those core heroes.
S4 jumps out, gets a split straight away, including the clap as well. Spirit Breaker one's out of this one. They have the Doom available. The Shiva's Guard will pop. A Spirit Breaker charges himself away, but God, with a BKB, Static Link starting takes 98 points of damage away from the Gyrocopter, but now it's VP's turn. Can they escape the Brewmaster, sending Lil up into the air? Admiral Bulldog still with this ability of Doom, but they jump back in. The back end wall, the charge from FNG! The timing is perfect! Alliance, they're gonna lose three! The buyback comes out from Loader, trying to get back for the bash on Admiral Bulldog. The Aegis Immortal will give him the secondary life. Nuts, maybe he can also work this in as he throws down that Storm. Needs to control a VP a little bit more. Phobos not a healthy man. The Storm won't be enough to work, and in fact, God, he's doing it with a double kill for him. Loader again losing the damage, and God just being empowered by this. 224 points again. He avoids the call down, but with the attack in the plasma field, he needs another one with a charge from FNG. He'll get that one too. Triple kill for God. Bulldog can't do anything. The sole survivor, and 100 seconds without the Gyrocopter due to the dieback.
Wow, and they're probably kicking themselves over giving the HS2, the Doombringer, instead of the Gyrocopter. So Gyrocopter died, fought back, and died again. And again, Phobos with the miracle plays.
That's the reason why he's not searching for the ward.
Eventually, they have to move outside of their base, though.
Well, bottom lane, they find a catch out. It's Admiral Bulldog. He's got a hell of a lot of armor to get through. And in fact, now BKB from S4 initiates over on the Spirit Breaker. Drunken Haste is on Lil, just keeping him out, and they can glimpse if they want to. FNG a long way back, but Illidan jumps forward, goes an Admiral Bulldog with a goon to play. They're going to kill him off in time. Yeah, they do, but Loader with a big call down. He's losing his damage, however. God can be Fiend Script, but he got the Static Link off, and that's the big part of this fight. RK and Nuts, they try and retreat as well. RK will hide himself inside the Glimmer Cape with the Nightmare, trying to buy space with the Breathe Fire, doing the work, giving Illidan a double kill, and this may almost be the game. S4's the sole survivor, no BKB, no split. The bottom ranks and the mid ranks are now forfeit of Alliance, and they could lose more. They could even lose S4. He blinks away, and the buyback comes out from Loader.
You really have to commend FNG again. He like pulls Alliance so they're all outside of their base. Initially, it was just a Doombringer, and then they see this lone Spirit Breaker, his BKB recently acquired.
Wow, that's confidence of S4. Blinks in with no BKB or split, takes the stuns, which are all easily up again by Virtus.pro. They back him and they kill him off. 72 seconds on the sideline. Without him and with Gyro facing a dieback, in fact, Loader, he just does anything he can. There's no other real choice for him at this point. Triggers the BKB, but with Loader dying, Alliance buying back on Disruptor. They just keep fighting, but it's a futile cause. GG is called. Virtus.pro will take game one against Alliance.
Wow, crazy good execution by VP. I am super impressed how they carried this through with a position 1 Dragon Knight. They had the pressure on them. It was like, oh man, we have to deal with the Gyrocopter in the late game, but I think FNG just pulled Alliance around like puppets.
He's also pushing up the levels and keeping it away from Illidan. Illidan, it's a draw ranger. It's almost like the same story like a Spectre. You need to keep that support up. Middle lane, God, well, he's in real trouble. The double damage. S4 will get the last attack. Actually, no, Bane! He denies him up, and now S4, they turn it around! FNG finds it only one, but he can go for a second. The space away from Nuts. Nuts is actually dying to that Nightmare, but he will not go the whole way. Oh my.
Big plays coming out from FNG. And so S4 reveals himself, and immediately they go in. But now they see Alliance.
This one bloody Sata. it's moving over.
It has 1400 HP.
And just purging out Admiral Bulldog at the moment. Roshan is dying so quickly.
Illidan's actually been favoring the Purge creep a lot, but I think both times it's been versus the Lich to remove the Frost Armor.
Oh, there goes Roshan. Admiral Bulldog, Nightmare up and isolated inside the river with the Fiend's Grip as well. The Shackle cancels that and Loader moves forward. Focus fire. They already burned through the Aegis Immortal. Illidan finds safety in the Roche Pit. So the range racks drops.
I mean, where's the wave clear? All these Broodlings are still up.
Yeah, they need Sonic Wave. You actually need his trigger off the Shiva's Guard as well as a Scorched Earth, but now they run themselves in and they do get that combo off, but God, he just stands his ground with that BKB up. Another Orc is already going off on Admiral Bulldog. It looks like he'll end up surviving. He won't pop from it. And Nuts jumps forward. The Sonic Wave's already been blown. S4 can't find that shackle. Only that first little initial stun on Illidan. And these familiars from Lil buy them the space, but Alliance, they need kills. A Blink Crush from Loader, catching Illidan as well as FNG. FNG looks for the Nightmare, the Silence. Okay, it's not going to do enough. Not while the Lich Holy's bouncing around already. And Nuts is forward. Illidan, Mana Style breaking free, but the Shiva's Guard slows him back down again. And another Crush from Loader, giving S4 a double kill.
Oh, they actually... I'm not sure if they saw the screen come out from Nuts, but this could be a really good time to push.
Nuts also needs to get the hell out of here. If he blinks backwards, he is dead. And then, with the 4-staff pushing Drow Ranger forward, Nuts just wants to TP himself out to safety. The Nightmare cancels that. With a couple of raids, they do bring him down. Buybacks available. This is, I don't even say a support Queen of Pain, but the Sonic Wave can be up if required. And now God, Amplify. The Shackle won't latch on Illidan.
He's still sitting in positives after the Amplify. That's actually pretty absurd.
Oh, for now. Maybe when Bulldog rotates himself down, but the Brute just wants to push in through that middle lane, but Bulldog, he initiates. This time they get on top of Illidan, and Illidan's so low, but FNG's Fiend's Grip, it controls him up. The Drow Ranger will actually drop. That Lich Holy doing some considerable damage as Loader back in again with a Crush, and the follow-up bash going through 3, but Godzilla has so much damage. S4, he'll burn through the Aegis. Meanwhile, amid Brood doing Broodly things, taking out that melee Rax. Loader, he wants to try and fight. TV out, that's not going to work. The Shackle, however, controls up God. It's a rampage for God, and S4 has to retreat back out. That SF is just way too big for Alliance to deal with, and they have no buybacks on their dead heroes.
And again, another Requiem goes uninterrupted. That one had to come out from the Lich, though.
Even with good Blink Crushes, you get loaded with a triple kill. It's just like there's nothing else to follow up after that point. And VP, they got such sustainable damage just because the SF is so huge. Admiral Bulldog, now with the blink forward, he really wants this kill over on God, and maybe they can get it, but they have to get through that evasion. Able to do so, S4, a little bit harder, and in fact, no, not when the Rays are there. God takes one, Bulldog's down for over a minute. RK is going to join him as Phobos just goes to work, draws back the front lines, and this really is the game. VP, they've controlled it perfectly. They've done the Drow proud. Loader will miss his stun. Bane actually Fiend Scripts over on the Slaughter. They'll switch the Nightmare over, but already VP with the extra stuns from the familiars. S4 will drop. Phobos will survive to the bitter end. I think S4 just wants to get a little bit of revenge here. He can't reach him. In fact, he's going to get gussed up by Illidan. The tier 4 towers are attacked, and there it is. 11-22. Virtus Pro will end up taking the game against Alliance, eliminating them from this Frankfurt major.
I really like how G just stood up there in man mode. He's like, I am God, you cannot kill me.
He really is. And he had support everywhere across the map.